Today, we're talking about Lil Nas X going on Twitter and lying about being accepted to Liberty University. Google cut hundreds of jobs overnight, and Bill Belichick, the greatest NFL football coach of all time, just got fired today. Lil Nas X has literally been all over the internet for the past few years, and now he's come out over the past couple weeks making fun of Christianity, saying that he's dropping some sort of song about Jesus this Friday, as well as he tweeted a couple days ago that he was accepted to Liberty University and that he was going to be going to study biblical studies. And now Liberty University has had to respond and say, no, we didn't send that letter to him. We are not, Lil Nas X is not coming to study here. TMZ, we can confirm that Liberty University did not issue the Montero Hill acceptance letter posted yesterday to social media, and we have no record of Montero Hill applying to the university. They said, adding that all were welcome to apply. Of course, anyone with a passing familiarity with Lil Nas X, possibly among social media's greatest trolls, might have noticed a couple red flags in his post, despite his insistence in the caption that not everything is a troll. For one, the letter was signed by Jerry Falwell, and while it was unclear whether the Falwell in question was junior or senior, neither man is currently the president of Liberty University. So not only has Lil Nas X went on to make fun of Christianity over the past few weeks, now he's lying about being accepted into one of the Christian universities, and apparently he's releasing a song tomorrow mocking Jesus Christ. Yesterday, Nick Saban was retiring as the greatest college football coach of all time, and today, Bill Belichick has been fired as the Patriots head coach and will now be looking to go somewhere else in the NFL and coach against the Patriots. He was there for 24 seasons, and at a press conference today, him and Robert Kraft, the owner, announced that they have mutually decided to part ways, even though somebody has to bring up the idea of quitting or firing. And he was probably fired because the Patriots have sucked since Tom Brady left. But now there is going to be a literal sprint to try and sign Bill Belichick as a coach, as there's about 9 head coaching vacancies, including my Carolina Panthers. And anyone is going to try to get Bill Belichick because he is the greatest coach in NFL history. Bill Belichick has 302 career regular season victories, 226 with the Patriots, behind Don Shula at 328 and George Halas at 318. He is virtually the greatest coach ever in the NFL. Not only did Nick Saban retire yesterday as the greatest college football coach, Pete Carroll was also fired yesterday as the Seattle Seahawks head coach, and now Bill Belichick has been fired as the Patriots head coach. There's no telling how many more coaches are going to lose their job this offseason. While millions and millions of people are trying to push that Tesla and charging and EV cars are the future, HERTZ, one of the biggest car rental companies, just announced that they are selling 20,000 Teslas in exchange for getting more gas-powered cars in their fleet. Rental firm HERTZ said on Thursday that it would sell about 20,000 electric vehicles from its U.S. fleet due to higher expenses related to collision and damage, and will opt for gas-powered vehicles instead. HERTZ said it would order 100,000 Teslas by the end of 2022 and follow that with a decision to buy up to 65,000 units of Polestar over 5 years. Expenses related to collision and damage, primarily associated with EVs, remained high in the quarter, and the company had previously set a target of 25% of its fleet to be electric by the end of 2024. Now, I've only heard bad things about people with electric cars. When the battery dies, it's expensive to change. When you get in an accident, Teslas are virtually impossible to get fixed from somebody besides an official Tesla dealer, which makes people, especially old school people, weary against getting those because they want to be able to either find someone themselves to fix their car or they want to be able to fix it themselves. But with Tesla and all these other electric vehicles able to just lock your car and do all these things, nobody's going to want to touch these if the prices continue to rise to be able to fix your own car. The largest company in the world, Google, has just announced overnight last night that they are cutting hundreds of jobs in favor of pushing AI. Google laid off hundreds of workers in several divisions Wednesday night, seeking to lower expenses as it focuses on artificial intelligence and joining a wave of other companies cutting tech jobs this year. Now, over the past few years, you've heard that coding and software engineering and software development has been the way to get a high-paying job in the world, in the tech industry. And now Google, in the middle of the night, is cutting hundreds of those jobs just to save some money. The departments that Google actually laid off people from were at its core engineering division, as well as Google Assistant, voice operated virtual assistant, and in the hardware division that makes Pixel phones, Fitbit watches, and Nest thermostats. Several hundred employees from the company's core engineering organization lost corporate access and received notices that their roles were eliminated late last night. The cuts continue a trend of tech layoffs after large companies such as Google, Meta, and Amazon laid off thousands of workers last year. 10 days into this year, more companies have actually announced that they're firing more people. Twitch and Amazon laid off hundreds of people just a few days ago. Xerox said that they're cutting 15% of its 23,000 person staff, and Unity Software said they are getting rid of 1,800 roles, or 25% of its workforce. Now, Google, who had 182,000 employees in September, said that the layoffs on Wednesday were part of a set of reorganizations that were made in the normal course of business. Aaron Rodgers went toe-to-toe with Jimmy Kimmel the other day, as he was implying that Jimmy Kimmel may be on a certain list that came out a few days ago and has been coming out every day since. And now his weekly appearances on the Pat McAfee show have ended because of Pat McAfee's relationship with ESPN. Aaron Rodgers will no longer appear on the Pat McAfee show, and the ESPN host on Wednesday distanced himself from Aaron Rodgers in a move that nobody thought Pat McAfee would do. After Pat McAfee announced Wednesday that the weekly segment Aaron Rodgers Tuesday was done for the season, he and his staff applauded. Pat McAfee then said that Aaron Rodgers had become too much of a distraction. The guy who stopped by yesterday caused quite a conversation, he said, as an off-camera voice chimed in, per usual. So Aaron Rodgers Tuesday season 4 is done. There are going to be a lot of people that are happy with that, myself included, to be honest. He continued, the way it ended, it got really loud, really loud. I'm happy that it's not going to be my mentions going forward, which is great news. McAfee, who explained he has total control of his show's creative content, appeared to say that the blowback from Rodgers' comments about Jimmy Kimmel was giving people ammo to criticize his show. But to be honest, a lot of people think that it's ESPN pushing their thumb down on Pat McAfee, because now the first half of his show every day is on ESPN and the second half's on YouTube, and ESPN doesn't like Aaron Rodgers very much. But guys, that's all I have for you today. Let me know what you think about any of these topics we talked about, any ones that we had in yesterday's video, and make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe, because there's even more news and some future finance and some little TikTok trick stuff that I'm going to be having coming out very soon. I'll see you guys there.